haven't updated you on anything in a little bit, but I guess I can do that now. So the last thing you saw was probably me all happy about the wonderful, wonderful work day I had. I think I logged about like 10, I had like a 10-hour day on Tuesday. Went to bed at like just after midnight. And I kind of paid for it the next day. So yesterday I paid for it because I was so hyped and excited and like just elated about having worked and having done so much focus work in just like, when the work is good and the work is amazing, there's this hum and it just, releases all the endorphins and makes you happy. And well, me anyway, makes me happy and all that jazz. So I was so excited. I couldn't really fall asleep. My brain couldn't shut down. And I was like laying in bed with my eyes closed, but wide awake until probably 4 o'clock the next morning, when I finally fell asleep, like 90 minutes before my alarm went off. So yeah, yesterday was not the best day, and there's definitely something to be said for creating sacred spaces around your time, like protecting your sleep, protecting when you're going to work and when you're not going to. I think at the moment my working rhythms are such that like I am getting a lot of making time done in the evening, and during the day I'm like, I don't know, I'm doing planning and outreach and that kind of stuff. But it's interesting, like, and a lot of the deep work is happening more during the late hours of the day. Yeah, so it's interesting. I'll see as the weather changes and the seasons go by how all of that ebbs and flows. Because I think my work patterns, they do, in terms of hours, they do ebb and flow. That's not actually what I wanted. Well, I suppose that is something to talk about. Something else I wanted to talk about is that I am. What am I doing? What am I doing? Yes, I did some outreach today. I started my morning off with creating some and scheduling email newsletters for the rest of the month. I also launched a new kind of, not really a program, it's just something I want to do, something I want to try out. I'm beta testing these one-on-one calls, like one-on-one power hour sessions or a clarity hour that's focused on LinkedIn. So I launched that, Grow with LinkedIn is what I'm calling it. And I launched those sessions and just kind of invited people to, schedule a call with me if they had questions. And we'd use that hour, the clarity hour, to work through those questions together. There's no like pre-planned agenda or anything like that. And I have about 5 slots available every Thursday and Friday. So if you're interested, if you want to chat, if you're a family member from way back home and you just want to catch up too, don't use that one. Rather send me a message. We can sort that out. But yeah, if you do want to chat about productivity, about this journey, if you're kind of going on this journey along with me, or if you have questions about LinkedIn, how you can grow your business, your personal brand on LinkedIn, definitely, I'll leave that in the description below, and you can check that out if you want to. What else was there? And then the other thing I did, so that's what I did most of the morning, and then I need to schedule out some more content. I need to schedule, what am I scheduling? I need to create a schedule for video content, short form video content. And yeah, I was looking at the content that I've posted for the last, like the videos that I've posted on LinkedIn for the last year, and looking at like my top ones, what they have in common. And it seems that there is a pattern that kind of emerged with ones that had more like higher views and higher impressions, higher views, higher just watch time and the reactions or engagement rate, engagement. And those ones had this really interesting combination of, well, one, in most of them, it wasn't just me, they were all like clips from my podcast. And the other one, so it was like one of my guests or me talking about something that we were talking about during the podcast. And it was like a highly emotive moment. So where someone was really passionate about the topic that they were talking about. It had kind of either just like one key takeaway or a number of like 3 actionable steps. They were all less than a minute, and most of them were actually like close to the 30-second mark. What else did they have in common? They all had hashtags in the captions. They had questions. The caption started with question. And obviously it was with someone, so I tagged the guest in the caption as well. And the guests, obviously, they shared it, they liked it, they interacted with it, and then the audience got to see it, which is cool. And most of them was like my guests talking and not even me talking, which is kind of cool. So I'm going to look through the footage that I have at the moment and test out my theory for the next probably a couple of months to see if I can get those views again. Because then, yeah, they were good views. It was good compared to the other ones. The other ones are sucky. So just seeing if I can follow that formula and consistently get like higher impressions for my videos, and higher impressions as well as higher like video views, and having those two very close together. There was one video where it's a 25-second video, and it's been watched so much that the total watch time is 2 hours and 28 minutes. Like, that's a movie. that's longer than some movies. But yeah, so that's kind of what I'm going to do now, and I'm going to test it out and then see if it works.